Disclaimer: the following program contains the views and opinions of the hosts, speakers, and participants. They do not reflect the policies of the producers, advisors, and advertisers of AU Paws Radio, including Adelphi University's Board of Trustees, administrative faculty, or its affiliates. Paws web radio station encourages freedom of speech but does not endorse any specific viewpoints or messages. Listener discretion is advised, especially for potentially sensitive or controversial topics. Hello and welcome, Panthers, to Commuting Chronicles, the show that serves as a guide to our fellow commuters or just people interested in commuting. I am Toni P, a second-year student majoring in neuroscience, and I commute to Adelphi all the way from Brooklyn. And with me is our amazing co-host,
Joanna J. Hi.
Yeah, okay, so today we're just going to talk about the benefits of commuting. Last episode, we were just going on about the infamous Minuna shuttle. But now we're going to talk about the pros of commuting. So for me, even though my monthly ticket and overall cost of commuting is around, let's say, $300, it is definitely cheaper than living on campus. Because here at Adelphi, dorming is not cheap. It is really not. So what do you think, Joe? Because you also commute. So what do you think about the dorming prices here compared to the commuting price?
I think dorming is absolutely ridiculous. Because when I was considering the cost of living on campus as opposed to commuting from where I live now, it's significantly cheaper to commute than to live on campus. Sure, living on campus has the perks of you being right in the center of Adelphi life. So if anything is happening, you're here. But commuting, when I weigh the benefits and the costs, it really is cheaper to commute for real.
It is, because I did the maths for it. Let's say a school year worth of commute is equivalent to a meal plan here. Not even including the cost of residency. It is expensive. And that also leads me to my second point. I do like the freedom that being a commuter guarantees me, because I feel like having an RA, there's nothing wrong with having an RA or being a resident, but I just feel like I'm just stuck in the box of childhood and school and all of that. That's my personal opinion, but I just like that I can go home, come back. I can choose when to leave the school. Yeah. They can't.
Yeah, I think living off campus is kind of liberating in a sense, because you have, for example, me, on a Wednesday, I have 4 classes. And then after those 4 classes, do you really want to be on campus? After, being able to just go home, have some breeze blow in your face, go and rest in the comfort of your own environment, and use your own bathroom is... that's a dead giveaway for the perks of commuting. Man.
No, that's so real. When I was considering commuting, I genuinely thought, would I have my own bathroom? Because I don't think I could do the communal. I cannot. I definitely cannot do the communal shower, just because it's kind of nasty.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, but that's where other people bathe. I don't even bathe. Oh, in a public setting. Well, it's not public, but still.
Yeah.
But it's gonna lead into the fact that what you say, a separation from home and school.
Yeah.
School, yeah. I do love the fact that I'm getting an education, but there needs to be a separation. I don't want to be at school 24/7. And I feel like as a resident, you're always in that schooling mindset, especially considering that Adelphi, we're not really a party campus.
Yeah.
So we do have our frats and sororities, but it's not a big party school. So to me, you're going to always be in the mindset of school. I'm hungry, school again. But that's just, again, my opinion. I just like the fact that I can go home. Even though my home's 2 hours away, that is still somewhere far away from Adelphi. It's still my private space. I don't have to worry about my professors or anything, or if the market will have edible food that night.
That's crazy. There definitely needs to be a clear demarcation between school and living at home, and well, school and home. And I think like living on campus, again, it's up to everybody still, because some persons, their rationale behind living on campus is so that they can meet new people and so on. But I can argue like commuting, you'll actually maybe meet more persons, just because like on the Mineola shuttle, maybe you'll have like 15 people. And then that 15 people will rotate like every day. Unlike your own res hall where it's the same people on your floor. Like commuting will offer you chances to perhaps meet new students. And let's not talk about the opportunities that commuting also gives the students on campus. Because I know there are specific things that commuter students get priority to before other students. So that's also a plus. What else do you think, Toni?
Oh, honestly, it's going to add on to the point of freedom. It's just so freeing, because there's nothing wrong with living on campus, but especially for those who drive, I hear that the commuters that driving is such a freedom or privilege for them. I personally refuse to get my license. I'm meant to be a passenger passenger princess, but they just say that it just feels very like they have this freedom. They feel it's like older, more mature, because we're in this stage of our life where we're transitioning from childhood, teenage years to young adulthood. So the little freedoms, little perks that we get to like showcase that we are mature. And I think commuting, especially if you drive, kind of like plays into that. But overall, I just do think that it's an experience. Like how being a resident is definitely a college experience. I don't think that should take away from being commuting as a college experience. Because it's not like Adelphi is a big party school where you do crazy things late at night. I'm assuming. So I don't really think there's going to be much of a difference between commuters and residents besides where you sleep at night. That is my biggest takeaway from the two worlds here at Adelphi.
Yeah. And like at Adelphi, there aren't really any, as you said, late night events happening here. So in terms of events on campus, commuters and residents basically get their fair share of events here, because most of them, you'll have an event that's like 6 to 7 or 7 to 9 or so on, and that's still considerably early in some regard. So it's not like there are events that are being held, unless it's like Midnight Madness, which they haven't hosted in a minute. But generally, most events wrap up in time for you to leave and go home in good times.
Yeah, honestly, I would not say that this school gives commuter students a lot of privileges, because I'm still paying full price for NIWR. However, I do like that they put commuters into big consideration. As you said, the events, and even though the shuttle buses are late, at least they're there.
Right.
And let us think about that. Lastly, I think my last main point of a benefit of commuting is that you don't have to stock with the campus food.
That's crazy.
No, because I cook. I bring my own food here other times. You see me coming here with my snacks, with my home cooked food. Like one time I brought curried turkey neck here. I will not be getting that any other place besides my own house. So it just kind of brings in the fact that you can bring in your freedom and individuality from your home to Adelphi. Like I even made my friend try that food just because that's something that they won't get here as a resident. Because what do you guys have? Pizzas and chicken tenders?
I mean, the rest halls do have kitchens.
Yeah, but who's gonna cook in a college? Well, they do. I'll give them that. I've seen a dorm residence before, right? And I know that there's like a communal kitchen. But be for real, you guys have residents. You have meal swipes. 200 meal swipes. Do you really think I'm going to believe that you're going to sit down and cook?
Crazy.
No. So honestly, they have like easy access to the market, to Post Hall. So do you think that they'll enjoy cooking as much compared to commuters who, if you don't spend a lot of money on food, we bring our own food? So that's just pretty much my take on the benefits of commuting. Freedom, the cost, and obviously the food. That's my biggest take on anything. It's always going to involve food.
It is crazy. Yeah, I agree. The freedom, definitely, and Food is also a factor, but number one, the freedom that you get and the separation from home and school, it's needed, because sometimes it's not necessarily the work you're doing, but it's the environment that you're doing it in. And sometimes you just need some liberation. You need to get out these ugly yellow walls and go somewhere where you can breathe. And then perhaps like your whole mindset will change and so on. So that's my take.
Thank you so much, Joanna. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to Commuting Chronicles with your host, Toni P and
Joanna J.
So next week, we'll be doing the complete opposite. We'll be talking about the many downsides of commuting. So again, this was your host, Toni P and
Joanna J.
And I hope you all have a wonderful day and a safe commute, or even a cozy rest in your dorm. See you next time, Panthers. Bye.
Bye.